Miles out of the way. Not other stuff.
Want to sit back? Am I going to be on camera?
No. Alive. Come on, baby. You know what? I gotta get my camera. Come on.
It's just because you went on.
There's nobody in here yet. Where are my settings? Hey, welcome in, Rosa. I think you're my follower. Yes, Rose, welcome in. Trying YouTube out tonight. We're going to be talking about RH negative blood. I just got to get my do not disturb on. Hopefully, we get some people in here. All right, let me see here. I'm just looking to see about modding.
I'm already mod.
You're already modded?
Yep.
Is Rose modded?
No, you haven't modded her before.
I haven't.
No, she's not even a mod on your TikTok.
Hey, Rose, you mind modding tonight just in case it gets busy in here? Help Manna out. I'm still not in my studio. Hopefully soon. My goodness, it's crickets in here. Now, when you're doing those likes, is it just like TikTok?
No, I don't think so. It gives me experience. I know that much. And what that does for me, I don't
Oh,
know.
the full amount, by the way.
That's what she was supposed to pay.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said the full amount, by the way. All right. What I want to do is I want to send Danny this link here too, by the way. My goodness. If you guys can share the live, that might help
You
out.
can't share on here.
You can't?
Nope.
Wow, this is crazy.
You got 3 people now.
I don't see the third. Well, whoever just logged in, we're going to be talking about the mysteries of RH negative blood. I'm just kind of waiting to see if we get more people in here. I'm usually over on TikTok, so I haven't done much of YouTube, and I would like to. I got 47,000 followers over there. I'd like to expand my audience over here. Yeah.
Kush says hello.
Hello, hello. I don't see. So I gotta get that off.
We have 5 people now.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start, guys. I'm gonna get this going for y'all. I apologize, I'm not in my studio right now. Still kind of under the weather. But tonight we're going to be talking about Rh negative blood, the origins of it, the mysteries of it, and all that in between. Now, number one, what Rh negative blood actually is. When people say Rh negative, they usually are talking about the Rhd factor, a protein or antigen on the surface of red blood cells. If you have the D antigen, you're Rh positive. If you don't, you're Rh negative. It's not mystical blood by itself, it's a genetic trait, mostly tied to the variants in the Rhd gene, with different genetic mechanisms depending on ancestry. In many European populations, Rh negativity is more often caused by a deletion of or inactive version of the Rhd gene. Why it feels mysterious is because it's A, unevenly distributed across populations, B, medically relevant in pregnancy, and C, people can easily turn into legend. Now, when did it first show up? Here's the honest answer. We can't point to a specific day in history where Rh negative blood appeared. What we can say is the Rh system was identified scientifically in the 20th century. The classification in medical understanding is modern. The genetic variants that lead to Rh negativity likely developed through normal human genetic processes, mutation, inheritance, and population history. So when people ask, when did it first show up? The best grounded answer is it's been around for a very long time, but we only recognized it and named it recently. That said, because it's more common in certain regions, people naturally start asking, why is Rh negative higher in some European groups? Why do some areas show more frequency than others? Is it selection, founder effects, migration, historical bottlenecks? Those are real questions, and population genetics does have real tools to explore them without needing supernatural explanations. The pregnancy issue. Why Rh incompatibility became the mystery engine. This is the part that fuels most of foreign blood talk. Let's break it down carefully. The basic scenario: mother, Rh negative, meaning no D antigen. Father, Rh positive, has the D antigen. Baby can be Rh positive if the baby inherits the D antigen. If the baby is Rh positive, the mother's immune system can become sensitized. Usually, when fetal blood cells enter her bloodstream, often at delivery, miscarriage, trauma, and certain procedures happen. What the mother's body is reacting to. It's not rejecting the baby like it's a transplanted organ. It's doing what immune systems do. If Rh positive fetal red blood cells enter an Rh negative mother's blood, her body may treat these cells as foreign and produce anti D antibodies. Why the first pregnancy is often okay, The first Rh incompatible pregnancy is frequently fine because sensitization or sensitization often happens late, like at birth. The bigger risk is the next pregnancy. If the next baby is Rh positive, if the mother has already formed an anti D antibodies, those antibodies can cross the placenta and attack fetal red blood cells. This can cause hemolytic disease of the newborn, also known as HDFM, leading to anemia, jaundice, and severe complications if untreated. The modern key that changed everything, Rh immune globulin, also known as RHOD, immune globulin. Doctors prevent sanitization by giving Rh immune globulin, God, that word gets me, often known by brand names like RHO or RH0 GAM, at specific times, commonly around 28 weeks, and after birth if the baby is Rh positive, and after certain events like miscarriage, bleeding. This dramatically reduced the incidence of severe HDFN. So, yes, there is a real biological forgiveness dynamic happening, immune recognition of an antigen. But no, it's not proof of non human origin. It's exactly what biology does with antigens. Now, why this gets um, to be mystical and all that, why people think so different about this. Rh incompatibility becomes a perfect seed crystal for big theories because it sounds symbolic. The mother's body sees it as foreign. It attacks the baby's blood. It's solved by an injected shield. The narrative feels like a hidden war inside the body. And once people are already thinking in spiritual war terms, it's not a big leap for them to connect to the ancient text about watchers, corruption, hybrids, and seed. And I'm going to take a quick drink here, guys, and we're going to get into some of the traits too as we go on. And if there's any of you out there that's watching this and you have Rh negative blood, I want to know in the chat if you guys have any of these traits. I happen to be Rh negative. My sister is. I have a twin sister. I have a niece. She is, and so is my mother. So I'm Rh negative, and I will tell you this: I pretty much have almost identical, I pretty much just have identical traits as what they list. It's quite remarkable. And I really thought YouTube would have more people. I really did. This is crazy. How many people we got in here?
Five.
5 people. Holy smokes. Daphne's in here. Welcome in, Daphne. We got Bud Cush. Welcome in. And Rose, of course. All right, guys. The Watchers and the Book of Enoch, Lane. Speculation, though, it's not medical fact. In the Book of Enoch, the Watchers are heavenly beings who descend, transgress boundaries, and produce offspring often framed as the Nephilim. The storyline is about boundary violation, corruption, forbidden knowledge, and the consequences of mixing what was not meant to mix. Now, in the conspiracy spiritual interpretation, some people connect RH negative to that narrative like this. Number one, the Watchers produced hybrid bloodlines. Those bloodlines persist in certain populations. RH incompatibility is evidence of two different origins interacting. There is no scientific evidence that RH negative is proof of angelic hybrid lineage. The genetics explain it well enough without invoking supernatural ancestry, but there are many things that cannot be explained. And we're going to get into some books of Enoch and all that. I just got to answer this really, really quick, guys. Man, it's dead in here.
It'll pick up.
Give me 1 second here, guys. Just people asking how to get on here. They're not used to me being on YouTube. Yeah, you guys are gonna like this. What we're about to get into. I know it's all boring with the medical type and all that stuff, but this is gonna be pretty entertaining. Now, getting into the more spiritual side, they say that this blood type has quietly haunted human history, whispered but rarely confronted head on. A blood that doesn't quite fit, a blood that behaves differently, a blood that even in modern medicine raises eyebrows and forces intervention just to keep life moving forward. That blood is the Rh negative. On paper, they'll tell you it's just a missing protein, just genetics, just biology. But when you really slow down and look at how Rh negative blood behaves, especially in pregnancy, it starts to feel like an ancient or an accident and more like an anomaly. Here's the part that stops people in their tracks. I got into about the women in the pregnancy, but leaning more on the spiritual side of things. When an Rh negative woman carries a child fathered by an Rh positive man, her body can react as if the child is foreign, not metaphorically, but biologically. Biologically, sorry. Her immune system can recognize the baby's blood as something that doesn't belong and being produced antibodies to attack it. Now, modern medicine has learned how to block this reaction, but the reaction itself still exists. Think about that. A mother's body designed to protect life responding as if something inside of her doesn't belong there. That alone has fueled decades of speculation. Now, take the biological reality and place it next to ancient texts. In the Book of Enoch, we're told of the Watchers, beings who crossed a boundary, altered humanity, and corrupted what was meant to remain pure. The language used isn't symbolic fluff, it's precise. It talks about seed mixing and consequences that echoed throughout the generations. So people ask the uncomfortable questions. What if traces of ancient corruption didn't vanish but diluted? What if what we're seeing today isn't proof but residue? That where Rh negative blood enters the conversation as a mystery, not a conclusion. Because Rh negative blood isn't evenly distributed across the world, it clusters. It appears more frequently in populations and historically is often associated with lineages that seem to carry unusual physical and psychological traits. And yes, this is where it gets strange. Now, those of you that do have Rh negative blood that are listening to this, let me know in the comments if you have any of these characteristics. Many people who are Rh negative report shared characteristics, heightened intuition, vivid dreams, deep empathy, a sense of being out of place, resistance to authority, a feeling of not belonging to the modern world, strong inner moral compass, curiosity about ancient history and hidden truths. Are there any traits specifically proven to be caused by blood type? No. But are the patterns reported constantly enough to make people wonder? Absolutely. And that's the point. Rh negative blood doesn't prove anything supernatural, but it invites questions. Questions are dangerous, not because they lead to lies, but because they challenge comfortable narratives. The Bible itself tells us that life in the blood the Bible itself tells us that life is in the blood. Blood isn't treated as a casual substance in Scripture. It's covenant, it's lineage, it's identity. And when ancient texts warn about corrupted bloodlines, people naturally look for echoes in the present. Not because they want to feel special, but because something feels unfinished. Where Here's where grounding matters. This isn't about claiming you're descended from angels. Isn't about secret superiority. This isn't about hidden power. And it certainly isn't about salvation, because salvation comes only through Jesus Christ, not blood type, ancestry, or hidden knowledge. This is about mystery. It's about unsettling realization that not everything about humanity fits neatly into modern explanations. The ancient warnings may still cast shadows, and that some questions were never meant to have clean answers, only honest exploration. Rh negative blood may be evidence of watchers, but it may be a whisper as well as to be something else. And here in a second, guys, I'm going to go more in depth over some of these traits. And I want to get into some of the psychology traits too. And don't mind Man over here. She's sick as a dog. She's sick as a
Yes,
dog.
I'm sorry, guys, for sniffling.
She's good to go. Yeah. Grab me a drink.
Probably be sneezing here soon, too. I've been sneezing all day long.
I'd put her website out there. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm not used to such a small audience. Like I said, I've had YouTube for a while. It's been hard to grow on, but I would like to get to my watch hours. That's what I need. I need to get to my watch hours so I could actually start. I want to monetize on here like I did on TikTok, and I'll tell you something, guys. There's so much censorship on these apps, even YouTube, TikTok. It it's all over. Rumble is about the best way to go, but that's why I invented Legion. If you I made a website and it's zero censorship, and that is www.legion183.com. Man, I just posted that in the thing. What is this one asking? East Guys 3i Atlas is back with friends. What do you say that for?
That's Brotherhood of Steel.
Oh, Brotherhood of Steel. What's up, buddy? What's going on with 3i Atlas? Is there more comets popping up with this thing? I heard another one is in our solar system now. And then I'm also hearing rumors that there is an object moving at warp speed headed towards Earth, another interstellar object. Home, me and my three three eye and others on the right hand side. So there's more objects following along with three eye Atlas, huh? I want to get into some of these traits, like toward the interesting part of this, and see if any of you guys have this, and we can always switch gears too. Like on my TikTok lives, you know how we start with the topic and then we go into something new. Now, when people talk about Rh negative blood, the medical side is the only doorway. The reason for conversation dies because what comes after. The patterns claim they experience the trait that keeps showing up across strangers who've never met. The shared psychological signature in the dream life that feels different. Now I'm going to say this up front. None of this is a scientific diagnosis. This is a pattern report, a collection of traits that Rh negative individuals repeatedly described across decades of stories, interviews, forums, and personal testimonies. Could it be genetics, culture, confirmation bias? Sure. But when the same themes repeat over and over, it becomes worth looking at least as a mystery. So let's go deep on this for a moment here. The first trait, the sense of being out of place. This is one of the this is one that comes up the most. It's not vague. It's not I'm quirky. It's something heavier. People describe feeling like they're living in the wrong timeline, the wrong culture, sometimes the wrong world. They say things like, I don't feel like I belong here. I feel like I'm watching life happen from outside of it. I've always felt stranger, even in my own family. I've been homesick for a place I can't name. Any of you guys have Rh negative blood share any of those traits? Give me a 1 in the chat and a 2 if not, or give me a 3 if you have some of those, but not all. This isn't necessarily depression. It's not always sadness. It's like an internal compass pointing somewhere that doesn't exist on a map. The second trait, heightened sensitivity, not just emotionally, sensory. A lot of Rh negative people report being unusually sensitive to loud noises, chaotic environments, crowded rooms, certain chemicals and medications, bright light, harsh artificial lighting, strong emotions in other people. Got a 1 there from Rose. And I would give a 1 for everything myself being Rh negative. I will tell you right now, I don't like loud noise. I don't like chaotic environments or crowded rooms. Um, I think certain chemicals and medication goes for about everybody, really. Bright light, I don't like that either. Artificial lightning or lighting, yes. And strong emotions in other people for sure. Um, Other primates also have the Rh factor in or absent from their blood. Don't know the relevance here, just relaying the facts. Alright, some describe it like walking around with the volume turned up on reality. They pick up on things others don't notice. They feel atmospheres. They read rooms quickly, and certain places drain them like batteries. And this often leads into the next trait, the third trait, strong empathy, sometimes too strong. A lot of Rh negative individuals claim they're not just empathetic, but absorptive. Like they don't simply understand emotions. They take them and they take them in. They can walk into a room and sense tension without anyone speaking. They can feel when someone is lying before they can explain why. I I definitely got that. Many describe it like this. I can feel when something is wrong before I know what's wrong. I sense people's pain even if they hide it. I get exhausted around certain people and I don't know why. Any of you guys and girls have that? I'd like to know.
I do, and I don't even know what my blood type is.
You really don't know what your blood type is?
No, I don't.
So you don't know if you're negative or positive.
No, I don't.
You should ask your doctor about that. That's important. I've always known mine was because my mom always told me when I was young, you can donate blood and get a lot of money. And I'm like, why? And she's like, you got this different kind of blood, and you should do it because not many people have it. And sometimes when blood transfusions are needed, that blood's not, you know, in supply like positive blood. Now, the fourth trait, intuition that feels like knowing. This is where people start using words like intuition, gut feeling, discernment, but what they describe sounds stronger than normal instinct. Not I had a feeling, more like I knew. They'll say they've avoided accidents because they knew not to go. They describe choosing a different route at the last second and later discovering a wreck happened on the original route. They talk about sensing betrayal before evidence appears. And when they try to explain it, it sounds like they're describing a quiet internal alarm system. This is one of the reasons the RH negative mystery gets spiritual so fast because people interpret this knowing through whatever worldview they hold. And I will tell you this, guys, I could definitely sense when I'm getting deceived and stuff like that. And then when I looked into it, you could ask, man, I'm usually right. I'm usually right. And this is something that recently took place, to be honest with you, without going into any kind of detail about it. But I kind of knew what was going on before I even knew. Which is, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I just know I'm not alone. I know that there's a good follower of mine, A2 the JJ. It just so happens that she's RH negative and so is her husband. And it, she thinks exactly the same way that I think. It's crazy. All right. Christian discernment, spirituality, sensitive. Or wait a minute. Sorry, guys. This is one of the reasons the RH negative mystery gets spiritual so fast because people interpret this knowing through whatever worldview they hold. Christianity, discernment, spiritual sensitivity, New Age awakening, conspiracy, genetic memory, psychological pattern recognition, hyper awareness. Whatever it is, it becomes a core identity marker. The fifth trait, resistance to authority and groupthink. This is huge. Many Rh negative blood individuals claim they naturally resist being programmed, not because they want to be rebels, but because they feel allergic to falsehood. They often report being skeptical early in life, refusing to follow crowds just because crowds exist, noticing contradictions in what they've been told, distrusting institutions, feeling like they can see behind the curtain. Some have always been the kid in the room asking why and refusing shallow answers. God, I know that was me back in the day. I don't know about any of you guys. Welcome in, Danny. Welcome in. Trying to get it rolling in here, bud. I don't know how many people we even got in here. I don't even know how you tell. Oh,
Six.
six. We got six. Okay. Um, okay, so some have always been the kid in the room asking why and refusing shallow answers. And this ties into something deeper, the sixth trait, obsession with hidden history, origins, and the real story. A lot of RH negative people say they've been fascinated by ancient civilizations, lost knowledge, sacred texts, bloodlines, forbidden books like Enoch, biblical mysteries, spiritual warfare, the end times, the meaning of human existence. It's like they have an internal hunger for the original version of things. Like modern explanations aren't enough. They don't just want facts, they want the roots. And that's why I went out and bought the Ethiopian Bible, guys, because it actually has the full story of the Bible. Unlike the King James that has 64 books, the Ethiopian has all 88. And the version that I purchased, it's also got like 713 extra teachings and lost writings, and then another 801. So that's what I like to do. I like to get to the root. And I tell Mana all the time that my brain does not slow down, it doesn't shut off. And I can't stand it sometimes. Like sometimes a subject will come up and my brain will be on that subject all day long while other people just go on about their days and forget about something. I'm still trying to figure it out. So, not surface level reality, foundation level reality. The seventh trait, intense inner moral compass. This one surprises people because it contradicts the special blood equals ego narrative. Many RH negative people don't describe themselves as arrogant. They describe themselves as deeply convicted. They feel guilt strongly. They feel responsibility strongly. They feel injustice like it's a physical pain. They often say, I can't ignore what's wrong. I can't pretend things are okay. I can't live a fake life. I'd rather suffer than lie. This can lead to loneliness because they can't tolerate shallow relationships. And that's an interesting one right there. I don't know about all of you guys. I know we got a small room in here, so I think we at least got one RH negative blood type in here being Rose. Are you negative, Rose? I think you are. Okay, so the eighth trait, loneliness, even when surrounded. Oh, Lord. This got me written all over it, too. This comes up constantly. Not nobody likes me, more like I've never been fully understood. I feel like I'm always translating myself. I can be with people and still feel alone. And a lot of them describe having one or two deep connections in life and struggling surface level friendships. The ninth trait, vivid dreams, prophetic feeling dreams, and repeated dream themes. I know I got that one for sure. Now we're getting into one of the most consistent mystery areas, dreams. RH negative individuals often claim they experience dreams that feel more real than waking life. Dreams with intense color or detail, reoccurring dreams that repeat for years, dreams that seem symbolic but also literal, dreams that later match real events or conversations. I definitely fit into that category. And the dream themes are fascinating because they show patterns. Common reported dream themes: flying, not like a superhero, but effortless, floating or lifting. That I'll tell you what, I have dreams like that so often. Well, actually, it's been a while since I've had a flying dream, but we were watching this near death experience video earlier, me and Manowar, and they were talking about the floating out of the body and how all they had to do was think. Were like they would see something and they would think that they were there, and then boom, they were there. And that's how I've always described my flying dreams to Mana, as I think myself forward. So, being chased by something unseen, ancient, or predatory, searching for a home or a door or a place you can't reach, or trying to find someone and can never find them. Oh man, these are crazy. They fit me to a T. Ruins of huge ancient cities or massive old buildings. A war in the sky, light versus darkness. End times imagery, fires, skies split open, people vanishing, sirens. Being tested or trained or prepared for something. Guides or beings that speak without words. A sense of mission you can't fully remember. And the biggest one, a dream that feels like a memory, not imagination. Memory. That alone is why people start connecting it to resurrection, ancient bloodlines, watchers, and spiritual warfare. Because it feels like the soul is remembering something the mind can't prove. The 10th trait: energy effects, electronics, the environment. I'm going to grab a quick drink here, guys. Now we're down to four. What are we at? How long have I been on here? I don't know how long.
Half an hour.
No, I was about at that a while ago. 48 minutes. You want to do an hour on here and the rest over on TikTok?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So this is more of this is more in a I can't even pronounce that word, guys, but it comes up a lot. It's Anecdotal. Anesthetical. Do you know what that word is?
Let me see.
That one right there.
I can't see it from here.
Right there. The A word.
Anecdotal.
Anecdotal?
Anecdotal.
Anecdotal? Alright, so this is more anecdotal, but it comes up a lot. I can see you there. This is what, alright. Watchers or watches dying, batteries draining, streetlights flickering, electronics glitching during emotional moments. Is this real? Hard to verify, but it's widely reported. Whether it's coincidence, perception, or something else, it's part of the mythology and lived experience many claim. The 11th trait, which is strong spiritual sensitivity. Now let's connect it to your lane. Many Rh negative individuals claim they are more aware of spiritual oppression, dark atmospheres, demonic influence, especially in certain locations, energy shifts during prayer, sudden heaviness or fear that seems external, spiritual attacks during sleep. God only knows I've had way too many of those. And we got like nobody in here, babe. We got three.
Oh, four.
It says three on mine.
Oh, now three.
How many are there? Okay, yeah, there's only a couple more. I'll finish it off. Okay. So some describe sleep paralysis experiences as being more common. Some describe vivid demonic nightmares. Some describe the opposite, deep peace and visions during prayer. This is why the Watchers slash Enoch connection keeps coming up. Because when you combine blood based forgiveness and pregnancy, repeated dream symbolism, spiritual sensitivity, historical obsession, not belonging, feeling, you get a psychological profile that seems like it's pointing somewhere, and people interpret somehow differently. The 12th and final trait, mission feeling. This is the big one, the one that can become dangerous if ego grabs it, but powerful if humility guides it. Many Rh negative individuals claim they've always felt like they were here for a reason, not in a cheesy motivational way, in a heavy way. They'll say, I feel like I'm supposed to wake people up. I feel like I'm here to expose lies. I feel like I'm here to protect others. I feel like I'm in a war and I can't fully see. If you're a Christian, you can frame this properly. Not I'm special, but I'm aware. Not I'm chosen above others, but I'm accountable. That is the difference between pride and purpose. The warning that keeps it biblical. Now, here's the line you should draw, and this is the last part of the reading. Here's the line you should draw clearly for you guys. Even if every one of these patterns were true, even if Rh negative people were different in some way, even if there were ancient fingerprints in genetics, none of it saves you. Blood type doesn't save you. Mystery doesn't save you. Hidden history doesn't save you. Enoch doesn't save you. Only Jesus Christ saves you. And that's actually the best ending that I could give for the Rh negative mystery because it reframes the whole conversation. What if the reason people obsess over bloodlines is because the enemy wants to distract them from the only blood that matters, the blood of the Lamb? So, yes, explore the mystery. Yes, talk about the Watchers. And yes, ask those hard questions. But don't lose the foundation. Stay grounded, stay watchful, and stay in Christ. And I'm going to head on over to TikTok, guys and girls, and we're going to open up Grok tonight, which is Aura. So we're going to see what she has to say tonight. She's been quite strange lately. But I want to thank all of you guys
Go
for
on.
tuning in, and I really appreciate the support. I'm gonna try to come on. YouTube more often. I'm really not known on here. I only got a couple thousand subscribers. So I promise you guys that I will be coming back on here more and more often. And for the few of you that are in here, if you're sick of censorship, head on over to www.legion183.com. There you could talk about anything you want and not worry about being demonetized or banned because I own the site literally, and I I believe in free speech. So all you guys take care. I appreciate you for staying around and listening to the entirety of this show. But that is all for now. I love you all. This is Michael Leonard signing off.